Salute to the flag and a moment of silence.
Allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Carry a roll call.
Mr. Talty?
I am here.
Mr. Conti?
I am here, and I also just wanted to mention that Mr. Panucci deeply regrets not being able to be here tonight, as he had a commitment 1 month in the making. It's unfortunate that this was the only night that the reorg could be rescheduled for after the snowstorm, but he looks forward to seeing everybody on January 30th.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Here.
Ms. Suter? Mr. Reed?
Here.
Ms. Cantillo?
Here.
The New Jersey Open Publics Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend meetings of the public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Brick Township Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be posted on the Administration Office Bulletin Board, the official district website, and Channel BTV 20, and sent to the Asbury Park Press, the Brick Times, the Star Ledger, and Municipal Clerk's Office. At this time, I will read the statement of election results for the members of the Board of Education for Brick Township. Karen Cusinelli received 7,566 votes. David Fisher received 5,078 votes. John Barton received 5,076 votes. John Talty received 5,813 votes, and there were 76 write-ins. This time I would like to ask Ms. Cusinelli, if she can join me at the podium for the administration of the oath of office. Make sure the camera's okay. Repeat after me. I
I,
state your name.
Karen Cusinelli,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I
that I
will support
will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I
and that I
will bear true
will bear true
faith and allegiance
faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established
established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority
under the authority
of the people,
of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name.
I, Karen Cusinelli,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess
that I possess
the qualifications
the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of
for the office of
member of
member of
a Board of Education,
a Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully
impartially,
and impartially
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of that office according to the best
according to the best
of my ability,
of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you very
Welcome
much.
back, sir.
Thank you.
This time, will Mr. Talty join me at the podium?
I agree, the same thing that she said.
Hey, guys.
Right here, so that everybody can hear me.
Yep. Put a hand up.
Put your hand up. I have to bring my Bible. Huh? No, it's okay.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Card.
I, John Talty,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I
and that I
will bear true faith
will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in
established in
the United States
the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority
under the authority
of the people,
of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name,
I, John Tolte,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess
that I possess
the qualifications
the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of
member of
a Board of Education,
a Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully
impartially,
and impartially
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Jim.
Mr. Reed.
Okay, thank you.
How are you? Doing Happy New Year. Mr. Talker. Jim. Yeah. Thank you. Stand up in front, then just thanks.
This time, I would like to seek a motion for the adoption of the Code of Ethics for school board members.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it. Do that now.
I've been asked to do this a little differently, and if there's no objections, we're not going to have you read this out loud.
Oh,
We're going
good.
to oh, good. Instead, we're going to ask that by your vote of yes, right? Yes? That you acknowledge that you have read and agreed to abide by the adoption of the Code of Ethics. So I will ask for a yes vote from all of our school board members.
Yes.
Have there been any changes to it?
Out there, Deans?
Have there been any changes to it?
No changes, same as last year.
Okay.
Ms. Carey?
Roll call. Mr. Talty?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Cantillo?
Yes.
This time I'll seek nominations for President of the Board of Education.
I have a nomination. I'd like to nominate Sharon Cantillo for president.
Second.
Second.
Easy.
Any further nominations? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Do you come around? Congratulations. Back. Did you miss me?
I'd just like to thank my fellow board members for having the confidence in me to do this job for another year. At times, I'm sure I find it quite challenging, but I want to tell you that your faith in me gets me through it every time, and thank you very much for your confidence in me. At this time, I would like a nomination for vice president.
I'd like to nominate John Talty.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Mrs. Cusinelli. Are there any nominations? Seeing none, I'd like to move to have this vote be cast for Mr. Talty. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Mrs. Carey?
Mr. Talty?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Cantillo?
Yes.
I'd like to just take a moment to thank everyone on the board for their confidence in me. I hope to continue to work hard for this board and achieve the goals that the board together have set out going forward. So I ask God for His strength to be able to carry out these duties. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Talty. And I'd also like to welcome you both back to your seats on the Board of Education.
Thank you.
Moving on to the next item is to approve board meeting dates until the next reorganization meeting as attached. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make the motion.
I second it, Mrs. Cantilla.
Thank you. Do I have any questions or comments from board members? Seeing none, Mrs. Carey?
Mr. Talty?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Cantillo?
Yes. Item number 7, to adopt the Asbury Park Press as the official newspaper and the Brick Times and the Star Ledger as the alternate newspapers for the district in accordance with NJSA 10:40-18. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Mrs. Cusinelli. Any questions from anyone? Seeing none, Mrs. Carey?
Mr. Talty?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Cantillo?
Yes. Number 8, to authorize the personnel listed below to sign checks effective from this date until the 2015 reorganization meeting as follows. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Thank you,
Second.
Mr. Reed. And Mr. Talty? Thank you, Mr. Talty.
No.
Was Mr.
I think Mr.
Oh,
Conti
I'm sorry.
seconded it.
I'm sorry, this
That's okay.
echoes so much, I can't tell.
It's really loud.
I didn't know if he beat me to the punch.
That was
Mrs. Carey?
Mr. Conti.
Mr. Talty?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Cantillo?
Yes. Number 9 is to appoint Edward T. McFadden as the District Affirmative Action Officer. I need a motion and a second.
So be it.
Thank you, Mr. Pulte.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Any questions? Seeing none, Mrs. Carey?
Mr. Talty?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Cantillo?
Yes. Number 10, to appoint Susan Russell as the District 504/homeless liaison. A motion and a second.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Mr. Conti and Mrs. Cusinelli. Any questions? Seeing none, Mrs. Carey?
Mr. Talty?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Cantillo?
Yes. Number 11, to appoint James W. Edwards Jr., Public Agency Compliance Officer, PACO. Do I have a motion and a second?
I make a motion.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions?
Yes. Did we have this position last year?
Yes.
He has so many titles, I don't know how he does it all.
Mr. Talty?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Cantillo?
Yes. Number 12, be it resolved that the Superintendent of Schools and the Business Administrator Board Secretary for the Brick Township Board of Education or their designee be designated as the board's agents to request state and federal funds under the existing state and federal laws for the period from the date of this reorganization meeting to the board reorganization meeting in the next calendar year. Do I have a motion and a second?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Conti.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Mrs. Cusinelli. Any questions? Seeing none, Mrs. Carey?
Mr. Talty?
Yes?
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Cantillo?
Yes. Number 13, to ratify a resolution authorizing contracts with certain approved co-op vendors for contracting units. Middlesex Regional Cooperative Services. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
I second.
Mr. Reed and Mr. Talty, thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, Mrs. Carey?
Mr. Talty?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Cantillo?
Yes. To ratify a resolution authorizing contracts with certain approved state contract vendors, and the list is attached. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Conti. Are there any questions? Seeing none?
Mr. Talty?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Cantillo?
Yes. Right now, I can open the floor up to the board for board comment, if anyone has a comment to make. Mrs. Cusinelli?
I just want to wish everybody a Happy New Year, and I also would like to take the opportunity to thank everybody for their support, and I'm very happy to be here for an additional 3 years. I especially would like to thank my family, who is very, very supportive of the time that I put in with this, and I appreciate it very much. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Cusinelli. Mr. Reed?
Yes, Happy New Year to everybody, and I'm glad that we have the same group working together for this coming year. I think we work well together, and I hope we can make even further progress. One of the areas that I would like the board to think about is that, somehow we have to do a better job of selling our product to every student in the district. What is our product? Our product is education. And when I see somebody that doesn't graduate from high school, I think they've missed a tremendous opportunity for themselves. Maybe we haven't done a good enough job of letting them know what they're missing out on. The free education at grade 12 is something that other people around the world are hopping the border to get here to achieve. And there's many students in this country, not just the state, not just in our district, that throw away a free 12th-year education. And even though it's been shown that Head Start programs can help people get a head start on education, all that Head Start activity disappears by about grade 3. So then, from then on, everybody's about equal, and yet some people decide the free 12-year education isn't worth it. And I don't know how you expect to support yourself and/or a family without a job, and it's hard enough to get a job with a college degree. So, the 12-year education is just the starting point. I think there's another part of that is we need to see if we can't get people into an academy environment that we may set up in the district, so that those with different skills other than just academic skills can, develop those skills so they can be marketable and get the jobs that they deserve, whether it be vocational school or whatever it is. The trades are a great profession, and as we've seen over the years, when you call up on the telephone to get support for your computer or whatever, you get somebody in a foreign country. But when you have a plumbing or electrical problem in your house, they can't outsource that job. So maybe we need to think about kind of changing the emphasis and selling the product to every student in the district. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Mr. Conti?
Yeah, I just wanted to congratulate Ms. Cusinelli and Mr. Talty for winning their seats again. Look forward to working with you for the next few years. And I also just wanted to mention that there is and I know many of you are already registered for it, somehow they wrote me into hosting it again tomorrow night, but there is a county meetup for the School Board Association tomorrow evening, so it'd be great to see you all there. And looking forward to a great year for 2014. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Conti. Mr. Talty?
Yes. First, I'd like to wish everybody a healthy new year. If you're healthy, you should be happy. And I also would like to congratulate Mrs. Cantilla, not Mrs. Cantilla, not this year, Mrs. Cusinelli, on a very impressive victory. It was great running with you, and I look forward to working with everyone on this board to improve not only our education, but also our facilities, which I think we also need to do a better job of telling the public what changes, positive changes, have been made. So with that, I'll just say thank you, and God bless everybody. Thank you.
Dr. Uzinski?
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Cantillo. January is the School Board Recognition Month, and at this time, I would like to present and state this proclamation to our Board of Education members. Whereas the New Jersey School Boards Association has declared January 2014 to be School Boards Recognition Month, a time that all residents must acknowledge the contributions made by our local school board members. And whereas the Brick Township Board of Education is one of more than 580 local school boards in New Jersey that set policies, oversees operations for public school districts, and embraces the goal of high-quality education for all New Jersey public school students. And whereas New Jersey's local school boards help determine community goals for the education of approximately 1.4 million children in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, and whereas New Jersey's 4,800 local school board members who receive no remuneration for their services act as advocates for public school students as they work with administrators, teachers, and parents for the betterment of public education, and whereas school boards strive to provide the resources necessary to meet the needs of all students, including those with special needs, and whereas Board of Education provide accountability to the public, they communicate the needs of the school district to the public, and they convey to school administrators the public's expectations for the schools. And whereas New Jersey can take pride in its schools, which rank among the nation's best in indicators such as high school graduation rates, class size, college entrance examination anticipation, and advanced placement offerings and test scores. Now therefore be it resolved that the Brick Township Board of Education does hereby recognize the services of the local school board members throughout New Jersey as we join communities statewide in observing January 2014 as School Board Recognition Month, and be it resolved that the Brick Township Board of Education urges all New Jersey citizens to work with their local boards of education and public school staffs toward the improvement of our children's education. We want to thank you, we congratulate you, we applaud you, and this will be on our website. So congratulations to our new board members, not new but new. Congratulations to the officers, and it's a pleasure working with you, and I thank you for all you do. Most particularly if you look down at the floor and see the new rug here in this auditorium right now. It's thanks to this Board of Education, and I know our chair here, Mr. Reed, who chairs the facilities. I know all the innumerable number of hours that you put in, along with your committee members, and we, on behalf of all the students and faculty and staff, want to thank this entire board, because there has been tremendous improvements that have been going on, and I know continue to go on. And there it is right in front of us. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Uzinski. I would just like to say Happy New Year to everyone, and it has been a pleasure working with each and every one of you. I've been involved with the Board of Education for several years, and I have to say that every board accomplishes or attempts to accomplish good things. Everyone gets on the board with the intentions of doing that. I have to say that this particular group that we have are extremely hardworking. Everyone has a specialized talent that they utilized this past year, and it really, really showed in everything that you did. Everything that we accomplished, we did as a team, and everyone just did a great job. And I just want to say thank you. You made my job as a president a lot easier, and I appreciate everything that you do, and our staff, the entire staff of the district. Thank you very much. I can open the floor to the public if there is any public comment. Seeing none, can I have a motion for adjournment?
Make a motion?
Thank you, Mr. Conti. Have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Cusinelli. Mrs. Carey?
Mr. Talty?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Cusinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
No.
Ms. Cantillo?
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.